And we are back. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the final hour of trading today. In the markets, we've got a negative day going on the Dow, the S&P, and the NASDAQ. NASDAQ has been down all day. No surprise. It's maintained its drop. It's down 1.9% on 277-point drop. We have S&P off 0.89 of a percentage point. It was down about 0.4 when I left you. It's now down 41 points. The Dow was the one that was up a couple of hundred this morning, finally backed off, but wouldn't back off very much. Now it's off 165.48. Is this a really bad day? No, it's not a really bad day at all. Slight drop on the Dow, mediocre on S&P, and medium on NASDAQ. Oil is down $1.56. Now that has backed off from about the $3 gain that we had this morning about. So we're down 157, 156, 101.71 on oil. We're going to hang around 105 unless we get a clear direction one way or the other, just where this market wants to head. And gold is down $7.60 today. All right. On some of our favorite stocks that we're following, we've got Rocket Lab down 12 cents. It's not having a terrible day, but it just isn't going green at this point. SoFi is having a terrible day. It's down 62 cents. It's at 9.15. We were as high this morning as 10.10. First thing this morning, 38.5 million shares. Looked really great. Looked fantastic. Everything was wonderful. And it's just backed off here to 9.14. Bargoon City again. GameStop, 154.50 right at the moment. The low of the day, $154 even. Volume today is a very thin and light, 3.2 million shares. The shares got as high as 168.43. That was just around the opening. That was as good as it got. And even at that level, the stock was down a couple of bucks on the day to start the day off. So we've been drifting now. We've been hanging around this 154.56 neighborhood for an hour or two. There was a brief run to the 158 level. It didn't last. And so here we are now right at about the low of the day within 20, 30 cents with not a lot of interest at the moment in the stock. We'll see if it goes even lower. AMC 21.40, down 191 here. 21.10 is the low of the day, 30 cents from here. That was around 1:30 this afternoon. And we've had 35 million shares trade on AMC. Not having a good day there. On Hycroft Mining, 215 a share, down a dime. The high 228, the low 210. So it's only at an 18-cent range, but this is closer to its low of this 214 level, closer to its low of the day, on a volume of 24.8 million shares. So that is, we'll be lucky to see 30 million go through here today. If that, we might only see about 26 million. We were doing 350 million last week on this stock a day. So this is backed off a lot. Now, Matterport, 44-cent down dip here to 8.16. 4.3 million traded, a low of 8.04. Now 8.16. ME, 23andMe is at 380, down 17.5 cents. Terribly frustrating. Opened at 4. That was a high of the day of 4. Got down to 374, now at 380 on 2.3 million shares. ME, frustrating. Now Spire justifies everything. It's up here. It's up right now to 212. Got as high as 217 about 20 minutes ago. It had another spike about an hour and a half ago where it ran up to, it looks like about 216, backed off to the 213 level, 211 level, and now it's done it again. It went as high as 217, now sitting at 212 on 604,000 volume. There is no volume, no news, but they have a new director of investor relations, and something tells me it is possible that the new head of investor relations is known to people in the business, the brokerage business. It is possible. And if that's the case, this is a good move. We've got here a stock that is coming to life. And it is possible that if this gentleman is known by brokers, analysts, managers of pension funds, hedge funds, mutual funds, ETFs, you got a guy, a girl who's known to the industry, and they take on a new position with a small company like this, and they put the word out, hey, I just joined these guys, and let me tell you why I like these guys. And they put the word out, hey, we're a $2 stock. We were a SPAC. We're not anymore. We're sitting on a mountain of cash. We've got contracts all over the place. We are undiscovered. Let me put the word out to you right now. You know my work at so-and-so or at this place or at that place. You know I wouldn't come here unless I like what I see. It could well be that friends of this individual, associates, and those who know of this person's past, the work that this person's done, are reacting to the appointment, and the shares are beginning to pop a little bit here. So this is a good sign. Cross our fingers. Now, if ATIP can hire a guy like this, a guy or a girl, I don't care. Whoever it is, doesn't matter to me the gender, just deliver results. We'll see how this plays out. ATIP 186 down 13.5 cents, unfortunately. We've traded 671,000 shares. We're not going anywhere there today. Smart Rent 490. We bottomed out at 468 for the all-time low on Smart Rent. We're now back to 490, still down 50 cents on 1.9 million shares. We've got Cyxtera at 1260 a share, down 4 cents. Pfizer today, what a run. Went off this morning all the way up to 52.15. It's now at 51.11. It's given up $1.04 of all that gain. It's only up 17 cents, and it is still backing off on the day. So Pfizer had, again, another attempted pop. Couldn't hold it. Gave it all back, looks like, and it's still coming. Robinhood 1302, hanging on to the $13 mark with an 81-cent drop today. We were 16 something just last week, giving it all back. Vanek Vectors at 258.59, down 11.21. Home Depot only off 31 cents. It's a flatline day today. IBM down $1.18 to 129.08. Microsoft down 356 to 311. Apple at 174.74, down 370. Both of these stocks doing what I had been kind of predicting they would do. They're going to back off a bit. Goldman down 364 at 324.57. Very frustrating to see it continually, slowly slip. Those of you who've written options, you should be in a nice position to slowly get ready to buy them back and score yet again. Sit on the sideline, see what it wants to do, and write again. Cisco down 49 cents to $55. Those 57, 58 contracts I told you to think about writing. Yep, they're paying for you. Facebook down $1.90 at 231. We got Amazon down $88. Tesla down $47 to 1,098. Google down 43 to 28.29. Bed Bath Beyond down 81 cents to 22.01, and we're up 1 penny on BlackBerry. Rocket Lab. Oh, by the way, GameStop is at a new low right now, 153.11. We just hit another new low here on GameStop. This is the low of the day, 153.11 on GameStop. Where am I now? On Royal Caribbean down 18 cents. Then we have Target down 65, JP Morgan down 129, Costco up 180, Walmart is up 84 cents, and Nvidia down 13.84 to 259. Nvidia, the high of the 52-week high, 346. It's now 259. It's getting cheaper and cheaper and cheaper. Still trading at a high PE multiple, but this is a very high, fast-growing company. Where else are we at now? Twitter, 51.38, holding a 140 gain on the day, but down on the lower end of its range right now. And what else we got going on? American Airlines down 52 cents to 17.71. Netflix down $13 today. That seems to have up and down days. And Moderna down 11.91 to 160. So Moderna having a little bit of a tumble today. All right, there we are. The Dow right now down 222.9 points. GameStop 153.55 at this moment in time. The low on the day now, 153.11. We're showing 153.44 on GameStop. More stock coming in. Not a lot of buying. AMC down 194. No help there. And Hycroft Mining now 214, down 11, slumping again. Like I say, the Hycroft low was 210. The AMC low was 21.10, and it's at 21.36. GameStop is basically 30 cents away from the low of the day at 153.41. So we may be testing the 150 level in the next hour or tomorrow. We'll see how this works out. We'll see. There you have it. That is what's going on. Those of you who have written calls on GameStop, you are noticing how these shares are slumping and slumping and slumping. Um, and the split news doesn't help it. The NFT possibilities, the crypto possibilities, it's not going to help it here. The stock went way too fast, too far too fast, and is paying the price. But I will say, in its defense, it hasn't gone back to $78 as fast as it went up. It's coming off a lot slower than it went up. And that's good. That's okay. We can live with that. We'd like to see how this is going to go. On the 14th of March, we were sitting in the high 70s, and we topped out on the 28th of March in 2 weeks. That's where we hit the top, and now here we are at this 153.14 level, again, about to hit a new daily low with 3.3 million traded on the day. So those of you who wrote options in the 90s, the 80s, the 90s, and the 100s, you did rollovers last week because you had to, and you were hopefully, cross our fingers, you moved into the 100 to 110, 120 level. Now here we are coming into Tuesday now. By the end of this week and the next week, you might need to roll again. You might be able to, you'll probably look at rolling again, depending on the stock, back up another $10 or $20 a contract. So you're going to look to move up to 120s, 130s, 140s, somewhere in that range. And some of you have already made moves into the 130 to 150 range. We'll see how these shares do these next few days. If they stay down here or they slump a little more into the 135, 140 range, some of you are going to be sitting on contracts that are out of the money, at the money, very near the money. And you're going to notice that what you wrote for $27 is trading at $12 or $10. Some of you will do the mathematics and you'll figure out how much did you get for the first option you wrote? What did you pay to buy it back and roll over? Did you gain on the transaction? Did you break even on the transaction? Are you still ahead the original amount of money that you had when you wrote the first contract? Now you're going to see where the contracts have slumped from and where they are now, and you're going to do the comparison and go, okay, well, if I buy them back here, I lose $3. If I buy them back here, I break even. If I buy them back here, I make $3. If I buy them back here, I make $8. You're going to figure all this out by watching the shares as we watch them perform and how they go. 152.51, another new low, 152.50 right now. Of course, obviously, every time the shares drop $1, contracts lose $1 of book value. The ones that are in the money, obviously, they lose. They fall $1 further away from the money. In other words, if they're out of the money, and this is showing gains to those of you who have written calls either just in the last week or two, and or in the last month or so. So we're watching a lot here. 152.48 is the new low now on GameStop. 152.48 is the new low on your GameStop. Okay, it's interesting, very interesting to see how things are rolling along here. And again, I'm hopeful that a number of you are looking at stink bid to fills that might be coming your way on some of these contracts you've written just in the near past, the last day or two. I know some of you are writing contracts for this Friday, some of you are writing for next Friday, the Friday after, and you are seeing capital depreciation on the stock, which translates into your contracts. But the other weapon you have, for those of you for this Friday, you have contracts that have 3 days and an hour to go, and there's all there is. Next week is a 4-day week. There's only 4 days of trading next week, and the week after that, we're back to a 5-day week. So tons of funds is what we're having here. 152.40, another new low coming through right now. That is the official low now, 152.40 today on GameStop shares, as the Dow is off 254, falling off now a little quicker. The S&P is off 53 points, 1.17%. and NASDAQ is down 325 off 2.25 percentage points. So we've got drops going on. The oil down 173 to 101.55, and we have a market backing off right now, and it's taking GameStop along with it. 152.37. That's another new low on the day. 152.30 just hit another new low. Now we're at 152.30 on your GameStop. All right, guys, that is the deal. This is how folks who write options make money various ways. You can write an option that's out of the money, way out of the money. On a stock like GameStop, you can write 190s, 180s, 170s. You can write 200s. You can write them out a month or two or three and bring in $15, $20, $30 a share, depending on the contract and how long it goes and what strike price you have. But you can be well out of the money and just fold your arms and go, yep, in the next 3 months, 4 months, this stock is going to pay me $3,000 to hold it, $2,000, $2,500 per 100 shares. And I'm going to enjoy a majority of this kind of depreciation. There are others of you who found that you're quite happy to write contracts that have a month or less to go. A lot of you love writing these 2 to 4 or 5 week contracts in that kind of window. You're looking for a big premium before the big depreciation kicks in, and you like to be out of the money. That is another way to play it. Then there are those of you who are a little more aggressive with these calls and these shares, and you'll write literally at the money calls that expired this Friday. You'll write this morning people were looking to write 170 calls, 165 calls that died this Friday afternoon, and those are already out of the money dramatically. They are dropping in price dramatically, and they will now drop in time value dramatically tomorrow and Thursday. They will really give it up. And there are some contracts that were probably written by viewers of mine in the last day and a half, even Friday, where they were bringing in anywhere from $10 to $20 a contract, depending on just how long they were and how close to the money. But a lot of them are writing $12, $14, $15, and $16 contracts that will probably, if the shares stay around here, are going to be worth maybe $3 to $5 each by tomorrow, and between $1 and $2 each by Thursday afternoon. And that allows my viewers to buy these back for pennies on what they sold them for and rewrite for next Friday another series of contracts all over again. Obviously, there are some here who will write a call in the morning and they will look for depreciation during the day. They will buy a call back for $3, $4, $5, $6 profit. Wait on the sidelines. Any kind of recovery during the day, they'll write again and they look for another pullback and then they buy them back yet again. Writing out of the money calls is a very conservative, smart strategy because you are allowing the shares or you're daring the shares to come up to get you. And most times shares do not double in a week. This one has, but generally it doesn't. But stocks will possibly rise a little, and then they'll give up the ghost, give up a little bit of gas because shares vary. And option writers who stay ahead of the stock and write contracts ahead of the stock that depreciate in less than 2 weeks, what they witness are depreciation figures coming through as the clock goes by every single day. And it is a very lucrative way to bring money in from your stocks, whether you own the shares yourself or whether you own call options on these shares that are good till next year, deep in the money calls. You're writing poor man covered call contracts. That's what that strategy is. Own a call and then write a call against it to bring in cash. There you have it. 152.10, another new low right now on GameStop. 152.10, 152.05 is now the new low as we are still slipping. Again, we've now dropped about $2 since I've gone on the air in the 19-minute mark. So that's $200 a contract coming in. And there are viewers here. I'm going to guess there could be 1,000 calls written with my viewers right now. I'm not even sure. 800, 1,000, 1,200. That represents 100,000 shares of stock. And a $2 drop is $200,000 to my viewers that are just being realized as these contracts and these shares drop in value. This is what's going on. And it can be very, very lucrative. And for some of my viewers, more and more of them, they're becoming self-employed. They're not working anymore. They're staying home, monitoring their investments, and they're writing calls against a number of different shares rather than just some writing only on one, some writing on a number. And the key here to making money and making a living is to be able to write enough contracts in numbers to generate enough revenue to make a living. And there's nothing wrong with making $5 on a GameStop contract. You write one for 10 and buy it for 5. That's great. You do that once with one contract, that's a $500 profit. If you can do that twice a month, where you write a call and you buy it back, you write a call, buy it back, that's $1,000 a month from one contract. But if you can write 5 contracts instead of one contract and do the same trading, 10 to 5, 10 to 5, twice, that's $2,500 the first time and $2,500 the second time. That is a $5,000 a month revenue. Now, there are viewers here who do 20 at a time. They'll write 20 calls. They'll pull in $5 on a call. That's $10,000, and then they'll do it again 2 weeks later for another $10,000. There's a $20,000 a month income coming in, $240,000 a year, and you don't need $1 million to do this. That is the secret to the upside of option writing. It's a conservative strategy. It's not. It is not looking to win a lottery ticket type investing at all. 152.16 right now on the stock. You can do this on Cisco. That's a $55, $57 stock. You can do this on Pfizer. You can do this on Apple, $175 stock. You can do it on Apple, which is $315 stock. You can do it on all kinds of stocks. That you can even do it on Vanik Vectors, the ETF, SMH. It's a $257 ETF. Buy a call option on the ETF deep in the money. Maybe a 220 call option, a $200 call option. These will run about $6,000, $4,000, $6,000. And good till next January. And now you can write covered calls on those, poor man covered calls, and bring an income there. You can do it on Home Depot. It's a $304 stock. It can be done on IBM. It's a $128 stock. Microsoft can be done on Apple, Goldman Sachs, Cisco, Facebook. You could do it on Tesla. The problem is it's a $1,000 stock for now. Once the split is done, and they're talking possibly 5 for 1, that could be a $200 stock, a $210 stock. Obviously, Amazon and Google right now, these are $3,200, $2,800 stocks. They are splitting 20 to 1. So these will be $140 to $160 stocks if we split today. This summer, it'll all be done. These will also now come into the wheelhouse of my viewers. A number of my viewers will be buying in the money calls on Google and Amazon, and they were going to start to write poor man covered calls later this summer. And if you have enough capital to buy 10 Amazon in the money calls with the stock at 160 is the trading value of the stock, you can buy $120 calls, $110 calls. You might be paying $6,500 for a contract, let's say. You buy 10 of those, that's $65,000. You're going to write now 10 calls at a time against Amazon going down the line. And if you're writing calls that expire every 2 weeks, that's a double turnover every month. And the key now is, what is your turnover? If you can bring in $2,500 per turnover, $2.50 a contract over a 2-week time frame of depreciation, that is $5,000 a month in income coming in on a $65,000 total investment in your portfolio. Learn how to do this. Check out my website, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. I mention it every day. There's the website, and head over to the tab. It should be right up there, classes. There are 12 classes there talking about how options work, how they depreciate, how they trade, how they're valued, why people do this. Why are there people who write calls? Why are there people who don't write calls? How calls fluctuate depending on how the shares fluctuate, and how call contracts die when they run out of time, especially obviously out of the monies, and where you can score a very nice living becoming an option writer on either stock you own or options you own on stock that you're following. by being a poor man covered call writer and investigate the idea of, gee, we have $400,000 equity in our house. You know what we could do? We could take $100,000 line of credit on our house, equity line of credit, and we could write options using $100,000 of equity. Why don't we do $20,000 on 25,000 on Apple, 25,000 on Microsoft, 25,000 on GameStop, or what? Pick your stocks. If you got four of them, you're writing options on four different stocks at the same time. You haven't got all your eggs in one basket. You're deep in the money call option holders, or you just buy stock and write against the stock and start writing options and see what you think. There are platforms out there. I'm not here to promote any stock platform. As you notice, I don't trade, so I have no conflict of interest with you. And I don't promote any one platform over the other. But there are platforms out there where if you want to open an account with these people, they will allow you to trade on their platform with what we call pretend money. And if you're thinking, we might take $100,000 of equity from 400,000 equity we have in our house. It's all just sitting there. We'll borrow money at 4%, 3.5%. We'll write options on it. Let's do what Bruce is talking about. Let's take some of his courses, learn how this works, and then write options on inside these platforms as a test. It's a test account. There's no risk, but you're literally writing options and trading the market at market prices, and see for yourself if this works. Try it for a month or two. It's not a race. You have to get into it today. See how it works. You may find that this is not for you, or it is for you. You'll figure this out. 152 again on this stock here, 152.01 on GameStop. We just hit a new low a few minutes ago, yet again. Lots of things to think about, lots of things to investigate. It's not sexy as far as this is not Lamborghini type trading where in one trade you're getting a Lambo. That you're looking for that. For me, you come to the wrong place. But if you want to bring in a steady income and you want to make a difference, if you've got student debts, you have credit card debts, you've got, you're making payments on all your obligations, but you just want to get further ahead. If I can somehow help you make $1,500 or $2,000 a month more in revenue, that you can literally just use that money to target debt. The most expensive debt you have might be your credit cards. You're going to zoom in there first, and then you're going to be able to take what you used to pay the credit card company every month, those minimum payments, you're now going to direct that to the second most expensive debt you have, plus what you're making on these options. Now you're zeroing in on that line of credit, whatever that is. And then it's the third one and the fourth one. One by one, you're going to be able to knock off debt that is choking you and is keeping you down and will keep you awake at night and give you the worries. You just need a program to be able to buy into, to systematically work this market to your advantage. And it is available to all. This is how the biggest hedge funds in the world and mutual funds, pension funds, is how they work. There are gamblers out there who want to play the market. You're the one who's going to allow gamblers to play on options that you're going to add to the pool of options that are out there now. That's all it is. You're not the only offerer of options out there. You're one of thousands that are offering options to play with. Get paid to do it. You own this stuff. If you own stock through your employer, you've worked for the employer for years and years and years, and you own shares in company stock. You might write options on it. You may find, however, some of you may find that you own stock you own shares in company stock that you really can't write options on for whatever reason. But you own these shares out and out, own them, but you don't want to sell them, because if you sell them, you run into a tax liability. So what you might be able to do, depending on the firm you're with and again, the platform you're with, you may find that the shares you own, investments you own, maybe mutual funds or ETFs that you have, you might be able to borrow against those entities using margin in a margin account. And you'll utilize the borrowing power of those assets to acquire deep in the money call options on Apple. You might buy $120 Apple options, and you're going to write covered calls on those. You're now bringing in income from options that you've purchased using margin to acquire them in the first place on assets that are just sitting in your account. They're just dying there. They're doing nothing for you. I'm trying to get you to figure out ways to become creative, to utilize assets you're sitting on and make them work for you. And this is why I commonly refer to a home equity line of credit. That's the easiest, most obvious one. But a number of you may have capital that you have access to through life insurance policies, through savings accounts, through the employer, who knows what. You might literally have stock certificates, not actual physical certificates. I would doubt, but some of you might. But you may have just shares sitting in a brokerage account somewhere that you're not doing anything with. And now you can utilize those shares. They might be valuable enough to be able to margin against them, to then borrow money against those assets, to then utilize the poor man cover call strategy and start building income, bringing in income. And I can't tell you how many times I've talked to individuals one-on-one on Saturdays and Sundays when I do my one-on-one chats. I'll help you figure out what it is you've got and where you've got it. And are there ways for you to turn stagnant assets into performing assets and start to generate an income stream, an additional income stream into your life that can make it that much simpler, that whatever it is you need to do, whether you just want to go on a holiday every year or whether you just want to add to your savings or you want to renovate your house or you own a rental property and it needs a bunch of work and you need a bunch of dough to do it. And so here are assets you can utilize to bring revenue in to enhance the rental property, which will enhance your revenue and enhance the property value, and on and on and on and on and on it goes. It's a big wheel, and it takes a little bit of work to figure out how to do it. And if you want to have a one-on-one with yours truly to talk about all this, I'm more than happy to have you do that. We'll do this on camera, where I'll be on this half of the screen, you're on this half of the screen, and we'll chat for an hour, and we'll cover a ton of ground in that 1 hour time frame. That will more than pay for the cost of my time, which is $400 an hour US for a 1 hour session. You will more than get that back pretty quickly. Because the first thing I'm going to help you try and do is stop you making investment mistakes. That's the first level right there. Stop with the mistakes and now do the positive investments and utilize and maximize the return of your assets. And so there you have it. That's what we're going to try and do here. Thank you, all of you, for being here with me today. Appreciate you all hanging out. Appreciate all your kind words after the shows and in between shows. I love it. It's an interesting time, to say the least. Now, GameStop is 153.20. It's trying a little rally here. We're down to 27 minutes to go. The Dow is off 279 points. The S&P is down 57. NASDAQ down 338. GameStop's down $17.08 at the moment. The low of the day, 152.01, seems to be the low trade of the day on GameStop. 152 actually even has been the low trade. We're 153.76. We're not going anywhere at this point. Okay. Alrighty, comments and questions have been coming in, so let me kind of get back to this. Sorry, I got to go back a ways here because I've been just yapping away here. Let's see what else is going on here. Let's see, whatever is going on. Scott, I said goodbye to my last Goldman Sachs call. I doubt I'll buy more, but I am considering buying the stock outright. Might be a really good long-term hold at these prices. Options just have no upside. Well, that's also a strategy, my friend. It's just not a cheap stock to buy, but yeah, can be done. John, just here for the thumbs up and the family portfolio not even open. SoFi getting crapped on and Spire falling back a bit. So tired of the same old, same old. I understand, John. I hear you. Let's see. Thumbs up number 80 is here. Thank you for the thumbs ups, everybody. I really appreciate it. Scott made 60% on SoFi covered calls I sold yesterday. Pretty good. Cindy, I am 50% up on a Goldman Sachs 414 $340 strike contract within 3 days. Maybe buy back and write 330 for the same date. Might be an idea. Again, you just have to be ready to do rollovers if you're called upon to do it. But look, you wrote 340s. The stock dropped. Now it's 323. Write 330s and keep making the money, Cindy. Absolutely. Oh my God, says that my GameStop 150 that expires in 2023, I'm breaking even. I'm guessing we wait. What price do we buy back? It's already paying you, and it will only continue to depreciate as time obviously goes by. But you can make your move anytime you want. If you find that, Zed, if you find that you wrote this, excuse me, you created this contract because of a rollover, and it has now brought you back all your capital. It is, you're completely flat. You're in a position to consider whenever you want the move to buy it back and say to yourself, okay, I wrote this call first. The stock went up. I then rolled into this call second to protect myself against the fact that the stock went up and my strike price is way down here. I moved my strike up to here. I brought in a fat premium over there. Now the premium is backed off. I can buy back this call and I am even on the whole deal. But the good news is I'm not even on the whole deal because the stock was $80 a share 3 weeks ago. Now it's 150 something, 153 today. Now I'm in a position where I bought that call back. I'm flat on my deal. I'm up on my stock, and now I'm going to write 160s for this Friday. You're back to the game. See what I'm getting at? The rollover has benefited you on the first objective, total coverage of your exposure, number one, and you've lifted your stock. You have your shares, they're trading at 153. You didn't lose them at whatever you wrote the first option at. That's a way to look at it. Second way to look at it, shares go lower, your 150s will keep dropping. You will now make money on this strategy. You're not just breaking even, you're getting ahead. The question is, where do you want to be at? Do you want to be writing 1 or 2 week, 3 week contracts, or do you want to hold the January for that point in time? It's totally your call. See what I mean? Mirko, hey, Uncle B, remember the 170 GameStop for this Friday? I wrote yesterday at 10:43. It's trading at 259 to 265 right now. Think about buying back, but then what do I do? Well, you know what? There's nothing wrong with you buying back that contract right now and locking in a wonderful, wonderful profit. You can now take a look at perhaps a contract for this Friday, as I was just saying a minute ago. You might want to look at writing a 160. You may want to wait for this last next 10, 20, 30 minutes. Will the shares have a little run back to 154.56? You may then write the 160 for this Friday. Or you write a 160 or 65 for next Friday and bring in a $10 premium all over again. And here we go. Nicholas, oh no, SoFi might lose less than 1% of its revenue. Better drop the stock by 10%. Oh no. Zed, Uncle Bruce, I have a Goldman Sachs put with a strike of 315 expiring on the 14th. Shall I wait? Excuse me. You have a put contract on Goldman Sachs of 315. Okay, hang on. Let's just see if I think I may have my phone. My phone may have fallen asleep here. Hang on. Give me a second while I realign myself. Okay, the stock is 323. All right. You wrote you own a 315 put contract. Please be very specific. You are long a 315. Again, I don't know your situation. You have this, you don't have this. I don't know what price you got it at. I don't know where it's at. I don't know if you're up or down. I don't know what you're thinking. So I need more info. I can't answer this question right now. Alberto, Mirko, I sold the same one, maybe buying back tomorrow unless it drops another $2 today before the close. Adam, once GameStop splits, do you think writing covered calls will still be as lucrative? Or do you think the split would cause too much of a reduction in the premiums? I would bet you that the possibility is that there's a possibility that the premiums in a percentage basis will go higher. That's what I'm wondering about. Now, if we get a 5-for-1 split on GameStop and the shares come out at about this $150 level, let's say they're 150 just for the heck of it, that would put the stock at $30 a share. All right. So if we do a 5-for-1 split, the shares are $30 each. I would bet you that a $3 contract could have a 250 to 350 premium on it, which is 8 to 12%. So it's just as juicy. Of course, you used to write one at a time when you were at 150 a share, and you used to bring in $12. Now you're writing 5 at a time because you got 500 shares. Yeah, I can write 5 calls, and if you get $12.50 a call, that's $12.50 in money. It's the same. See what I mean? John, you'll just write more of them. If it splits 5 for you, write 5 times as many. John is saying it right there too. It's an adventure, says Bobby. Don't forget about your thumbs ups. I'm number 92. Thank you, everybody. Let's see. I'm still shooting to get 10 Google before the split here. Cam is number 92 on the thumbs up meter. Thank you so much for this. Bobby, the snowball debt removal. It's how I got out of debt. Let's see. What else is going on here? DQ, Michael, debt is writing a 350 Moderna put when the stock is at 400 and then watching it crash to 150. Or so I'm told. Let's see. Uncle Bruce, Nick, I need advice on a January 23 GameStop 10 wrote for $76. Okay, what's going on here? I need advice on GameStop 23rd. January 2023 January GameStop 10. I wrote for $76, now 59 to 68 with midpoint 64. I want to close this and then write 2 to 3 weeks out due to the money coming in. Should I just wait or get out now? Okay, so you wrote 10 wrote for 76. Okay, I'm lost, Nick. I don't know the well, it may or may not matter. Hang on a second here. I'm just checking something. You didn't write a $10 contract. That I don't understand. I am lost. Okay, I am lost. Did you write 10 calls and you sold them each for $76? And now they're trading at $59 to $68. Is that the deal? I hope that's the deal. I don't know. You didn't tell me the strike price. That's why I'm lost, Nick. I don't know what contract you're talking about. I know January. I know 2023. I know GameStop, but I don't know what strike price you're talking about. So you've left me hanging here. If you wrote them for $76 and they're $59.40 bid, you want to buy them back? Put in a bid for $59.45 or $59.50 and just be the top buyer. And if they come to you, they come to you. And then you've made money. That's how I would do it. And if you're getting money out of this deal and you're happy with the return, you're happy with that price, rock and roll. There it is. Okay. Stinky here at the Hard Rock Hotel. This credit savage. So I have 2 option strategies here. Let me know about this rollback. My $90 GameStop covered call is expiring April 22nd. I rolled into a 115 October at a price of 42 cents per share after debits and credits. Is that a good move? So you moved up $25 in strike price and it cost you nothing. Yes, that is a good move. That is a very good move. Don't forget about to learn about taxes, says Scott. There you go. All right. Okay. Let's move on here. Okay. Sextera went green, says DQ. I think I'm number 105, says Super Week. Right on. Let's see. What else? What else? What else is? Let's go. Let's go. Trying to figure out what everyone's talking about here. Okay, I think I'm up to speed here with everybody's comments so far. Okay, I think we're up to speed. All right, 153.27 on GameStop. We're down 17.46. The low of the day, 152 even. Now 153.05. That's what I'm showing right now. We've got, there we go. We've got the Dow right now down 300 odd points. It would look like 293 at the moment. We're down 293 on the Dow. We're at 818 on Rocket Lab, down 12 cents. We're sitting on SoFi at 911, down 66. GameStop 153.08 now. AMC 21.21, down $2.10. 21.10 is the low of the day, so we're close to that. Highcroft down 14 cents to 210. Looks like that's about the low of the day. Matterport 814 down 45 cents. ME at 378 down 20 cents. Spire 211 up 7. ATIP up down 15 at 185. SmartRent down 65 cents to 474. Cyxtera up negative 7 cents, unfortunately. Pfizer up 26 cents to 51.21. Robinhood down 84. Vanik down $12. Home Depot down $1. IBM down $1.50. Microsoft down 447. Apple down 387. Goldman down 448. Cisco down 67. Facebook down 234. Amazon down $96. Tesla down 56. Google down $46. Bed Bath Beyond down 91 cents. There's where a brief recap. We're down 318 on the Dow with 14 minutes to go on the day. GameStop 153 on the nose right now, within $1 of its low of the day. All righty. All right. Again, we are confused. When you tell me what you've got, you got to tell me everything. I have no idea what you're telling me when you're giving me descriptions of your contract. And when you, excuse me, if you send me a message, just so you guys know, if you send me a message and you're trying to tell me what it is you've done, and I don't understand it, and then about 5 minutes later, you type in 2 or 3 words saying, I meant to say this, I don't know what you're talking about anymore, because I've read 15 messages since your message. You got to copy your original message again, edit it, and then send it to me a second time. This helps me to fully understand the picture and the question you're asking me, because I can't find your message sometimes. They're so far back that I lose my train of thought. I've gone over 5 other stocks in the meantime. I've covered updates on the indexes in the meantime, and my brain is fried. I don't remember what you asked me. And so I'm trying to address answers from an audience that I'm pretending that I'm in front of an auditorium, and there are 258 of you here, and you're all asking me questions at the same time, and I'm trying to figure out who's who in the zoo, and I'm reading them. So help me help you. I appreciate it. Just a little thought on that. It's not so simple sometimes. Okay. And the problem is I only have 200 characters to write on. There it is. And we want to ask questions that number of increase and we can write properly our thoughts. Totally get you there too. And that's the limitations of this system that we're in. But that is how it is. Just doing the best I can do with what we got. All right. But I thank you all and help me out, and I'll do the best I can for you. 152.29. We're 29 cents away from the low of the day on GameStop. Again, 325 drop on the Dow, now 332. S&P down 64. NASDAQ down 353. We're jumping around on GameStop like dollars now, like between 152 and 153. We're jumping back and forth right now. It is quite interesting to watch, but it is a down day today for GameStop. There's no ifs, ands, or buts. We didn't get a massive rally today anywhere during the middle of the day or towards the end of the day. It's been a negative move today. Remember, though, last week, the week before, we were gaining 15 and 20 bucks a day for days in a row. So It goes both ways on this stock. We all know that. Anyway, there it is. Here we go. All right. Thank you all. Thank you. 344 now. 345 is a drop on the Dow. We're getting worse in the last 10 minutes now. Down 67 on S&P. Down 358 on the NASDAQ. Now, the NASDAQ is off 2.47%, S&P 1.46%, the Dow off 0.99. That's a 1 full percentage point drop on the Dow at this point. And the Dow is slowly catching up, but it is still, it has to actually be down about 900 to catch up to the NASDAQ. That's how bad off the NASDAQ is today. Down 359 on the NASDAQ. That's only a 14,000 point index. The Dow's off 351. It's a 34,000 point index. So the Dow needs to be down 900 to match the drop of the NASDAQ. Even on S&P, the Dow needs to be down about another 170 points to be down equal to the S&P 500. So the Dow is outperforming the other two indexes right now. All righty. What else is going on? We've got Cisco down 75 cents to 54.74. Goldman down 444. We have Apple down 368 to 174. Microsoft down to 310. IBM down 154. Home Depot only down $1.60 at 303.98. But Vanik Vectors 258 a unit, down 11.77. That is a great unit to write options on from time to time. If you can buy deep in the money calls and then write out of the money calls, you can see days like this where these Vanik units drop, and you can take advantage of these swings for option writing. What can I say? This is a most interesting market. We're down 89 on Amazon, 53 on Tesla, 45 on Google right now. Yet the cruise lines, Royal Caribbean only down 14, Norwegian up 19 cents, and Carnival up 49 cents. Norwegian shouldn't be up at all. That one of their ships is out of commission. The damage is worse than thought, and the ship has now lost four consecutive cruises. I think there's more cancellations coming from what we are understanding, from what we hear. But I don't know. Stock's up. I just blows my mind. NVIDIA down $14. And we've got American Airlines at $17.77, down 46 cents. Netflix down 12. DraftKings down $1.34 to $19.07. Moderna down $10 today to $1.62. We have a drop going on right now on these markets. That is what's happening. The Dow now 309 on the downside, 306, trying to not be quite as bad. Is that the way to say it? Not quite as bad. We've got 8 minutes to go. The GameStop 152.76, 76 cents away from the low of the day. SoFi at 913, down 64 cents. It was as high as 1010 today and dropped to 909, and it is now 913, not getting any help at all. AMC $21.20, the low of the day 21.10. And over at Highcraft Mining, the low of 208, it's at 209. Down 16 cents on 27 million. These shares are getting no help today. Matterport at 816 hit a low of 804. It's come back 12 cents, but it's still down 43. 23andMe at 379.5. The low 374 today. Over on Spire 210 up 6 cents, just kind of hanging around. ATIP 184 down 16. Smart Rent is at 472. The low of the day 468. This is a bargain. Unbelievable. 68-cent drop on a stock that was 530. Just dramatic. So dramatic. It's amazing. It's ridiculous. 1264 unchanged on Sextera. Pfizer 51.19 holding a 25-cent gain. It's one of the few up stocks on the Dow. Up a quarter, just trying to hang on. But everyone else is showing red. 295 loss now on the Dow with a slight rebound with a 6-minute time frame to go. Can I buy back GameStop contract once an SSR? Always. You can always buy and sell contracts no matter what. You don't have to worry about any of the SSR stuff. All right. And let's go. Newest headline from Business Wire about SoFi. The best just got better. SoFi announces a 1.25% APY for direct deposit members. There it is. Let's see. Yeah. Anyway, there it is. That is the deal on that. 295. The drop on the Dow. GameStop 154.14. A $2 bounce off the low of the day is all we have, with 5 minutes left to go in our session today. All right, folks. If any of you want to have a private one-on-one with me this Saturday or Sunday, send me an email here. Just say, Bruce, I'd like to talk to you one-on-one. I want to pick your brain about option writing or my portfolio as a whole, or what I should do. Should I adjust my portfolio? How do you recommend I do it? Let me know if you'd like to have a one-on-one. We'll get together. Otherwise, check out the classes right here, stockmarketswithbruce.ca. At your leisure, head over there and become smarter. Become a smarter option writer and make some dough. 153.84 down, 16.89 on GameStop. Every single person that wrote call options today on GameStop, that wrote call options yesterday, the day before yesterday, last week, every single viewer of mine that wrote call options on GameStop is smiling today. The shares are dropping. The call values are dropping. Time is also evaporating on a bunch of these calls that die this Friday and next Friday. Next week, 4 trading days. This week, we had 5 trading days. At the end of today, there are 3 days left this week, 4 next week, only 7 trading days left to next week, Friday's contracts. Yeah, they are depreciating very quickly, and my viewers are getting richer because of it. And that is what we're trying to do here, trying to find a way to get you guys to earn cash from your holdings to make your lives better. Why not? If we do a one-on-one with you, do you provide the bagels? I don't eat during the one-on-ones. I usually do that before or after because I get kind of busy with you guys, trying to help you out, figuring out what you're going to do and how you're going to do it. But if you want to eat a bagel while I'm hanging out, it's okay. Not a problem at all. Thank you, everybody. Dippin says, Duncan, thanks for the links to your classes, Uncle B, Lobo Blast. You're all set now. There's no excuses. No excuses anymore. Fantastic. When is the free day next week? When is it? What is going on that is closed? Is it Easter? What's the story? I haven't had time to investigate all this stuff. I'm too busy working. Is it next Friday we're closed, the 15th? Is that Easter Friday? And then on Monday the 18th we're actually open, whereas other people might have a day off on the 18th. I think next Friday we're shut down. Anybody want to fill me in on that? Please let me know. Let's see. What else? Yeah, closed next Friday, Good Friday. Yep, there you go. I know, Bruce. I know. I have no excuses now. I have to take your classes and I got to start writing. Richard, Good Friday. That's what it is. Austin, one-on-one with Uncle Bruce is incredible value for the money. Right on, Austin. We've done a couple of those now, haven't we? I think we've done 2, I think, right? And it's working out. Yeah, definitely working out. Let's all take a day off. I'm looking forward to next Friday. Oh man, I'm looking forward to that. Thanks you all. No problem, Splitter. 153.21. We've got 2 minutes to go in the day, and then our day is done. I'm thinking this week, Larry Titus is at jury duty. Next week's jury duty, but he might be done at the end of next week. Do we think that, or does he have one more after that? So Larry will be able to ring the bells again for the opening and closing. I don't know. So I don't know if I should plan a travel day on Tuesday or Wednesday. That's what I'm wondering about. I don't know. We're down 302 on the Dow now. We're down 61 on S&P, almost 62. 341 drop on the Nasdaq. Okay. GameStop 153.41 at the moment. 153.30. We are down to the last minute of the day. There you have it. This is what's going on. Thank you all for being here today and staying on top of all of these trades. So much to follow, so much going on. Bunch of your contracts have definitely backed off today, and hopefully some of you have hit stink bids. Some of you will put in stink bids for tomorrow once we open up and see what's going on. We'll figure it out. Another day of fun coming up as we are now through the 2 o'clock time frame. I think we're done for the day. Not Larry SSR Titus. The bells have been rung. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate that. I think that's DQ changing his name at the bell every night. Fabulous, man. Fabulous. Thank you for the advice, Uncle Bruce, on this glorious red April of a Fool's Day. The Care Bear unit finally gets to come out and play. Let's buy back all those contracts now. Yeah, baby. Picking off deals and bargains on our depreciating contracts. Fabulous stuff. Looks like the Dow dropped 279 by the time it was all finished off. Rocket Lab down 10 cents to 820. SoFi closed out at 912 to lose 65 cents, 3 cents off the low of the day. Then we have GameStop at 153.89, down 16.84. AMC at 21.21, down 210. Highcroft Mining at $2.10, down 15 cents. Matterport at 817, down 42. ME at 378, down 20 cents. Spire closed at 211, up 7 cents. The only one that gained on us, ATIP, down 16 cents to 184. SmartRent, 61-cent dropper today, 479. Sextera, 1257, down 7 cents. We got Pfizer down 30 or up 35 cents, was one of the few to gain at 51.29. Robinhood down 80 cents to 1303. Manic Vectors down 11.64 to 258. Home Depot down 61 to 304.97. IBM lost $1.37 to 128.90. Microsoft 310.88 down 409. Apple 175.06 down 338. Goldman down 426 to 323.95. Buying deep in the money Goldman's from here is the move you want to make now. Picking off deep in the money Goldman's. 250s, 260s, something like that. Cisco 54.92 down 57 cents. Facebook down 205. Didn't quite do so bad. Amazon down 85.83. Tesla down $54. Google down 51.50. Bed Bath Beyond 21.81 down $1.01. And there you go. Those are your most popular stocks on the day. That is the dealio here. And let's see how this goes. Let's go. Don't forget to join Stock Markets with Bruce, says Duncan. And wiser words could never be said. Mirko, let's say GameStop will find its new base between 135 and 155 for a month. I sold a 170 May 20 at $17.30. I'm buying back under $10. Let's see how fast that will be. Well, yeah, look, you're selling a 170 and you're out of the money now, 16 odd dollars. Those are going to depreciate. There is no question about that. DQ, stocks fall faster than they rise unless Michael or DQ right calls against it. That's how this works. Yeah, ME just does not want to close above $4. Michael, DQ, it's true. I did good on SoFi today, though. DQ, Michael, that's because Austin didn't write any calls. Adventures of Duncan. Also, I'm number 204 on the thumbs up meter. Those of you who have given me a thumbs up today, thank you. I appreciate it. We sure could use thumbs ups today if you're able to write any for us. I'm actually only showing 139, 140 thumbs ups today. If you can hit that thumbs up button for us, that would be appreciated, everybody. Thank you so much. Hit that button and give us a bit of momentum there. That would be great. 142 have come through so far, and I thank you all for that. All right, there you go. Another day in paradise has come and gone, and we're trying to stay on top of these markets, see if they can give us some returns. Those of you writing calls are definitely getting returns right now. These shares are backing off, and these calls are crapping out. And tomorrow, another day of depreciation for this week's and next week's calls will be had. So absolutely, guys, keep an eye on these calls and put in your stink bids. Make sure that just in case something like a GameStop, always be thinking about how much the stock can drop at any time. If you've written a $17 call option, you're hoping to buy it back for a cheap price. Keep in mind, ask yourself, if the shares drop $10 in 5 minutes, how low would my call go in that time frame? A $10 drop, what does that mean? Is that a $6 drop for my contract? An $8 drop for my contract? Would I be happy buying my call back for a price of $5.15, even though they're trading at $12 right now? Put in a stink bid at $5.15, good for the day. Sometimes these stocks do one of these V drops. They drop very quickly and come back very quickly. And the contracts do a V drop as well. And there are times where people who want to get out of a call option because they see the stock falling in front of their eyes, they put in market sell orders to get out. And the first few contracts that come in for sale, again, they knock out the bids right about where the contract was trading at. The next thing you know, after the call drops $1, $1.50 in value, there are no buy orders anymore. The only buy order you can find is your buy order, the stink bid, down at $5.15 a share, $5.15 a contract. And guess what? You get hit. You get filled at $5.15. Whether the contract is worth that little or not, it doesn't matter. You're the only one with a buy order. You're going to get nailed if someone comes in with a market sell. Thank you for the gift, you say, because 15 minutes later, that contract you bought back at $5.15 is trading at $9. Guess what you might do? You might write it again and offer it for sale a second time at a stink offer. Thank you very much. That is why you keep an eye on these markets and think ahead. Where would my call trade at if this stock that I've written against drops $5 or $10 or $15 suddenly? Think about that and work on this. These stink bids can make you a ton of money. Surprise, surprise, surprise is how this can go. All right. Thank you, everybody. There you go. There is the day in a nutshell. Down 280 on the Dow, and we're off 1684 on GameStop for the final trade. Looks like on the day, we were at 170 last night, 153 tonight. Now we're at 154.07. This is the biggest decline of 2.3% for the NASDAQ in a month. Spirit jumps 22% on a report that JetBlue has made a bid for the airline. I don't like these mergers. I don't like these mergers and acquisitions, not one bit. I don't like them because it's bad news for consumers. These large airlines are getting gobbled up, and we're down to 5 or 4 majors from 8 or 9. When you're down to 4 or 5 airlines, you get screwed because there are no deals anymore. There are no sales. There are no bargains. Now, airlines are doing what they have to do to survive. They have got to gobble the competition up to stop the bleeding. But the problem is that the consumer is the one who will lose in the end, because you end up with a scenario where the airlines run on a cheaper profile. They cut back on amenities to the passengers. They make you pay for everything, and you are in cabins that are more and more uncomfortable, and you're packed in like sardines. And that is the reality of air travel in America as opposed to elsewhere. But hey, it is what it is. It's America. It's free enterprise, and there you go. The airlines, I guess, can get away with it, and that's what's going on. I don't know. We'll see what happens. All right, kids, I'm done for the day today. Thank you all so much for being with me tonight, this morning and today. Tomorrow, we're on. We're going to be on 4 times tomorrow. For Gold Bagel members, we'll be on before the show to talk about trading strategies. Then we'll be on at 8:30 with you for 3 hours. Then at 3 in the afternoon, I'll be on again. And then tomorrow night, Wednesday night, prime time with Uncle Bruce, 8 o'clock prime time for Gold Bagel members only. Come and join us. Become a Gold Bagel member and join the party, pal. Learn how to write options and make money in this market. It's available. It's waiting for you. It's yours to be had. All right, guys, there it is. I can't say it any easier than that. Thank you, everybody. It's good to see you. It's great that you were here with me. Mr. Mojo, great to see you, buddy. Good night, Uncle Bruce. See you all. Have a great evening, everybody, and take care. And we'll talk to you guys tomorrow for another day of fun, fun, fun. All right, guys. Thanks again. Have a great night. We'll see you later. Bye for now.